You look at a situation like Damar Hamlin, even though that's in the NFL, that same type of situation can happen to any athlete at any age.
Tonight, we're looking into how prepared youth sports leagues are to handle potential emergencies.
Our Chris Hoffman is live outside Acrisure Stadium after speaking with high schools and youth leagues to see what medical protocols they have to protect your children. Chris.
Erica and Ken, you just heard it there from Bob. The medical professionals are being called heroes for their quick action with Damar Hamlin in Cincinnati inside a professional stadium like Acrisure Stadium. But for high schools and youth leagues, they say they might not have the money like the NFL, but they are not taking chances with young athletes, and they say they are prepared. Now, while high schools and youth leagues don't have the budget of the NFL, they have procedures to protect athletes.
This is one of those things where, as much as you train, you hope that it never happens. But when it does, and the pressure's there, you have to be willing and ready to step in and get it done.
Bill Love is one of the 5 athletic trainers at North Allegheny. They will work events in addition to doctors and ambulance crews depending on the sport. He is trained in CPR and AED usage, both credited with saving Hamlin.
But we're also trained in identifying and noticing a variety of different types of medical concerns that would be emergent or that can be life-threatening.
According to athletic director Bob Bizzuto, he had an incident years ago where a pole vaulter missed the mat and was knocked unconscious. Athletic medical staff stepped in immediately before the child was life-flighted.
With that assistance, they gave a young man a greater opportunity to survive, and he did.
At the youth league level, organizers look for volunteers each year to handle medical needs.
At the beginning of the year, say, hey, if something happens, do we have a volunteer that, that knows CPR, that's certified, that's, has a medical background.
And when it comes to their tournaments, Rashad Colvin with the Pittsburgh NFL Flag Football League says they will have professional crews at the games to treat the kids for any medical needs. Now, through a grant, his league has an AED device as well for their games. After what happened, they will make sure it's on the field from now on.
That's probably something that we'll want to look into, now, like moving forward, just to make sure we have all the proper protocols.
Love says the need for athletic trainers is no longer a luxury, but a necessity for student athletes because every second matters.
And if you don't have someone who's trained to do that, if you're just relying on a phone call to EMS, I think that you put those kids in grave danger.
And the PIAA requires each school to have AED devices, have their coaches complete first aid courses, and for each school to have an emergency plan. The PIAA also lays out the medical personnel that need to be available for each sports practice and game days. You can find that protocol on our website as well as our app. Live outside Acrisure Stadium, Chris Hoffman, KDKA News.